Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Live a Dream. My name is Gigi and this is a space where we talk about confidence and how to level up to your higher self. If you're new to my channel, I'm currently doing a series called 50 Steps Back to Me where I talk about 50 things I wish my younger self knew. So this is step 19 of my series. Don't be afraid to try ugly before you get beautiful. So since I already have my headband on, I suppose you guys have an idea of what I'm gonna do. Yes, I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial in this video. In last video, I think it's step 17, I did an eyeshadow makeup tutorial where my message was to just start with what you have. So I recently went and got the Revolution eyeshadow palette. This is how it looks like. It has some pretty cool colors and we're gonna experiment with some of the new colors today. Some dark, maybe like dark brown to silver or gold sort of thing. But the message of this video is the fact that you have to let things be ugly before it gets beautiful. So every single time I tried something new in my life, whether it be a new project, a new venture, or even this YouTube videos, the first one is always a bit messy and it's always ugly. And the most important thing is that you don't get discouraged by that. So the first time we do anything, it's imperfect. And what matters is that you start. Just like how I talked about it in my last video. But you can see that the eyeshadow look that I did was not perfect. I just had like two colors and it should actually be a darker on the outside and lighter on the inside. But that's not how I did it at all. But the fact that I did it is what matters. And just like that, the fact that it's out there and it's imperfect should not bother me. So before I get into further details of this, I would like to start doing my eyeshadow. So this palette that I have here, it's a pretty good palette. So you can see two cream colors here, this one and this one. I'm gonna use one of them as the base. So this time I'm gonna use the white one as the base. So I'm gonna start by applying a little white using this brush. Whoa, that's a lot of pigment. So next time I'm gonna be careful taking that on. So I have applied the white base on both of my eyes. I think on this side there's a little bit less, so I'm gonna apply a little bit here. So I have used just my fingers to blend and slightly touch it and just spread it all around my eyelid. By the way, I already did my base makeup before I started doing my eyeshadow because I didn't want to waste time on that in the video. And if you want to check out how I did my base makeup, you can go check out this video here and I will put the link up here. And now we are going to try out the actual eyeshadow. Just like the last video, I'm using two brushes for this video as well. One has an end like this, like a sharper, much narrow end, and one has the end like this, which is like a fluffier end. So I'm gonna use this fluffy brush and I'm gonna do the outer corner first, and then we're gonna gradually go into the inner corner. For that, this time I'm gonna try some dark shades. For that, I'm gonna try this brown over here. That's what I wanna try right now. I'm gonna see how it looks on my eyes. It might look ugly, but that's okay. That's the whole point of the video. Last time, some of the powder got into my eyes and I actually had a red eye by the end of the video. But this time we are going to be more careful. When you take eyeshadow, make sure you put out the extra powder by tapping it like this before you apply it on your eyes. So I'm gonna apply it on the outer lid. So you can see that it's not actually a brown. It looks more so like a purple and brown mix. So you can see that I have used the darker shades and I have softly blended it into the corner of my eyes. This is how it looks. I have left some space in the middle because I want to put on some glitter over there. I know it looks questionable right now, but the most important part is that you trust the process because life's like that too, right? Sometimes it can get awkward. The most ugliest part is when you start chasing a dream to when you are finally successful in that. And that in-between part is always uncomfortable. That's the part most people give up in as well. The part where it looks like it's not going to work out and it's extremely questionable whether you should continue it or not. That ugly phase of life where you're still figuring things out is the part that decides whether you're going to be successful or you're going to be a failure. And that phase is also where the foundation and the real work happens. So I was going to try golden in the middle, but since the color is sort of like ashy, or what should I say, a bit purplish brown, I'm gonna go for silver because I feel like that's going to match the vibe a little bit more. So I have a bit of silver here. You can see it's a pretty bright silver. So I'm going to use that in the middle. So I'm gonna take some with my fingers like this. You can see I've taken a considerable amount and I'm gonna apply it in the middle. So I have added the silver now, and that's how it looks after I blended it. So now I have blended everything together, in the sense like I have blended this darker shade a little bit into the corner as well, just so that the silver stands out a bit more. Now I'm going to do the same underneath my eyes. I'm going to do a darker shade here, and a little bit of silver in the middle and also in the corner, just to make my eyes look bigger and also sort of complete that eyeshadow look. Now for the underneath part, I can't use a fluffy brush because that's too much of a big surface on the fluffy brush. So I'm gonna use this sharp brush for underneath. I'm gonna take the dark brown and do the corners first. Again, make sure you tap the extra eyeshadow off before you put it underneath, because otherwise it's just gonna give you a black eye like it happened for me last time. I'm going to place it like this and gently use the surface to apply the eyeshadow. You can see that I have applied the dark shade underneath my eyes. I'm going to do a little bit of silver on the middle and on the corner now. For that, again, I'm going to use the other clean side and take a little bit of silver. This one, the same one we used for our upper eyelids. And I'm going to apply it gently over here. Now, I have finished applying the glitter underneath my eyes. You can see that everything looks a bit better all put together. You see, once you start trusting the process, everything will eventually come together. That's just how everything works. It's the same with confidence, you know. You don't build it through perfection, but you build it through a method of trial and error. Okay, now that I've finished doing the eyeshadow, this is how it looks. I'm gonna make it better by doing a little bit of liner as well as mascara. A pro tip to make your liner last long as well as stick to your eyeline better or waterline better is to clean it with a Q-tip before you start using the liner. So I'm gonna clean my waterline using the Q-tip here. So this is how the final eyeshadow look looks like. I have to say I'm pretty proud about how this turned out. So I have applied eyeliner and also mascara to the look I already did, and I have used a little bit of Q-tip to accentuate that line here so that my eyes and my face all together, they look snatched. So just for reference, I'm using a ring light here, but even without the ring light, it doesn't look really bad. I want to show you guys. I'm going to switch it off right now. So it's evening time and there's only a little bit of sunlight, and the light that you see here is my room's light, and this is how my makeup looks. So you can see it still looks pretty flawless because of the base I've applied, and also the base makeup I've done, and the amount of time I've put into making my eyes look better. So you can check out that base makeup if you like it. So I hope I inspired you guys at least a little bit to try something new that you are not really good at, because 2 weeks ago I used to believe that I could never do crazy eyeshadow looks because I was not skilled enough for that and I didn't have the right palette or whatever. But now I'm here and I'm pretty proud of what I've done today, or the look that I've achieved with a palette that I have. And if you guys want to try out this tutorial, it's pretty easy. It took me around 20 minutes if your base makeup is already done. I hope you remember that every single beautiful thing that you see went through its own ugly phase. Just like every confident person you met had their own awkward phase going on. Just like every single masterpiece had its own several drafts before it became one. So if you're still here after watching my video all through, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate the fact that you have watched my video till here. If you like this video, please like and share my video. If you want to see upcoming videos, which can be makeup tutorials, it can also be really great life lessons that I want to put out here that I wish my younger self knew, please subscribe to my channel Live Your Dream, and also push the notification bell so that you can know whenever I put out a video. And to my younger self, I would say stop waiting for the perfect time to start. Try ugly and you'll be surprised by how beautiful things turn out for you and how beautiful you become in the process.